3, 4 seconds for the delay. Yes, people, silent business. Welcome to another episode, Streets Are Moving Mad, Season 2, Episode 2. I'm here with some of the cast from last week, I understand. And today, conversation is going to be a bit different. Should paternity tests be mandatory? That's going to be the conversation towards the back end. And as usual, you know what we do. I read. Where's my don't be a messenger, bruvs?
I'm just a messenger.
Don't shoot. He does that a lot, you know. I'm telling you. Ty knows, man. Ty's watching you slyly, you know. I'm telling you. But yeah, man, I'm going to get the guests to introduce themselves and introduce yourself, name, age, and what do you do for occupation, if you don't. Yeah.
Me first? Okay. Back again, my name's Ty, 37, and I'm a life coach.
All right, Tanya Sawyers from here last week. I'm a community empowerment consultant. I'm 45. Yeah, and I'm just here.
All right. Look good for 45 though, sis. Let me tell you that. I'm going to start off lightly, right? It's not our prime minister, it's not our president. But I know you heard about the shooting. The potential assassination. What happened in America with Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. I've got a question to ask. Right, it's a simple question and then we can move on. Do you believe it's a planned assassination or it was faked as a planned assassination?
Do you want to go first?
I think it was faked as a planned assassination. I don't believe it personally.
Okay.
I think they tried to make it look like it was a assassination. I don't believe it was an actual bullet. It hit his ear, and if a bullet from a sniper hit your ear, it's gonna take your ear off. Mm-hmm. You only got like a little cut on his ear. If you see the videos before what happened, there was witnesses actually pointing to the person on the roof.
Yeah,
and Fez and snipers, they did nothing. So it just looked like it was staged, to be honest. Why they want to stage that?
Attention.
I don't know.
Any attention is better than none. And Donald Trump, he's known to be quite controversial anyway. Like, there's probably people that would want to kill him, but it would be very hard. Very hard. And a sniper is somebody that's trained to be able to see them and point to them. Come on.
Yeah, he wasn't even moving. It was a still target, and he still missed. So
yeah, could be a
magician's. The sniper's dead if he got paid and he missed. You're missing.
Yeah, could be a magician's trick, misdirection. Yeah. You understand? Yeah, man.
But he's going for president again, isn't it? So I guess this gives him a bit more oomph behind his campaign. So yeah.
And he's an amazing entrepreneur, but as a president, like. Anyway, move on to your actual segment, because that's a whole other topic.
One thing I got to say, people, if you ain't watched WCW or WWE or WWF, how them man there, get a cut ear or a cut forehead, I suggest you kind of watch the events that happen backstage, how it's made. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Watch WWE, you'll find out a lot in it. But yeah, people, first topic, right? It says here, woman loses husband for this dumb reason. Yes, people, you're going to know what the dumb reason is, right? Pardon my French, pardon my reading, I'm not the greatest. It says, how can I get my husband back? I divorced my husband out of group influence last year in 2023. I started working as a nurse and my friends told me I can do better without a man. All right. So I got motivated by what my friend said and left my husband. As I'm talking to you now, 2 of my friends who advised me to leave my marriage got married recently, and I feel lonely. I can't find another man. So far, I have dated 5 men, and they have slept with me and...
No, sorry.
So far, I've dated 5 men, and they have slept with me and gone. These men, despite dating me, they never respect me, knowing the fact that I'm not the attractive type. I'm in my 30s. One of my boyfriends got married to another young girl recently, leaving me heartbroken. I've tried.
One of my boyfriends.
Oh yeah, that's it. My bad. I'm tired, and I need my husband back in my loving life. What action shall I take for immature, bad advice from evil friends? My question is.
That's questionable. There's so many.
My question is. Obviously, we can dive into this much more, but my question is: should he take her back?
You'd have to talk for a man, because I've got so much to say on the content of that one statement.
Right, and would you listen to your friends when it comes to your relationship?
You're asking me directly?
I'm asking both of you.
The reason I'm confused, you said that she said her wicked evil friends influenced her to divorce her husband. She didn't say if they were having a good relationship. She didn't say any reasons. Unless you've got no form of mind of your own, to get up and just divorce a good man would be ludicrous. So that would bear me to think in my mind maybe you weren't ready for a husband.
I'm thinking, in a sense, sorry for cutting you, that I think he's what she would class as a good man, as she's trying to get him back.
But she doesn't have very much standards. The reason I say that, she just said she got divorced last year, 2023.
Yeah.
She's dated 5 men who have slept with her. Her boyfriend got married. There's so many points in there that tells me that this person isn't really grown in their brain. And sometimes men take women and marry them, not just because of what they can do for them, but because of how easy it is to have them, to say you have somebody and to say you have a certain lifestyle. The standard of lifestyle you're living together, that's different. If you really want back a husband and it's a man with sense, would you put that statement out there telling him you've slept with 5 men? That's who you're admitted to. Because you've admitted to 5, so I feel like you probably missed out a few numbers, because that sounds is questionable. My boyfriend's married, and she said 2 of the wicked evil friends got married in that time. Yeah, it sounds like a childish group of people. I give advice I always say to my friends, I can tell you what I would do, but you can't do what I do because you're not me to manage that. So I'm going to give you my advice. I never advise people to leave because only you know what you're living. Once you're not being abused physically or mentally, there's certain things I'd always say if you've got a good man work with. I don't want to bag of lonely women friends on my phone and we've all got cats. You understand me? I don't see jealousy and envy as promoting a better us. I don't want our children to see us not having anybody. Partnership, leadership in your home, these are things that real women desire. They desire and they're open to. So that's how I would close it. Like, I've been seeing a lot of this. I was married, but it's just, what is your standard of a good man, like you said? Yeah.
Does she have kids?
It doesn't specify.
Oh, okay. I doubt.
will say no because she gave us a lot of information.
Yeah, she didn't say that. Yeah.
And the thing is, you're guessing that, but to her, what's important might not be children.
Ooh,
it's really scary to say that some people could have given you all that information and omitted one of the biggest things in there.
Probably
because that is, it could, like, you said you're lonely, you didn't say anything about children, but what is clearly very important to her is men, dating, and what people say, and just having someone to have them. So
she didn't really specify if there was any issues in the relationship.
Nothing.
She just said her friend said she can do better by herself.
Thank you.
So there was she didn't really go into detail as how the relationship was. So it could have been a decent marriage. You understand? She left him because she was influenced by her friends.
Hold on, come back.
I doubt the guy, the ex-husband, knows anything about her posting this.
Okay.
I doubt it. I doubt she'll put her name on it. And do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Like
yeah.
She's got sense though.
So without him knowing, he probably would take her back. Okay. They could probably talk about it and see what's what. But if he knew about it, and why she divorced him due to her friends in her ear, then as a man, no, you shouldn't take her back. And plus, if you have no kids with her as well, yeah, don't take her back.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't.
Well, if it's that easy for someone to influence you, you could get married again and be influenced by a different set of people.
Yeah, but hopefully she'll learn her lesson.
No, because she been with like what 5 men after that, and she clearly didn't learn no lesson. You understand?
If she gets married again, then she'll realize, no, I'm not going to listen to anyone else because I've been married before. Do you know what I mean? So
the thing I'm hearing from her is like, you know, I tried this lone wolf thing, you know, listening to my friends, breaking up my own marriage, and now that I'm out here in the wilderness and I'm for the subway, it's lonely. That's what I'm hearing from her. It's seriously lonely. I'm not hearing no accountability. You understand? I'm not hearing, you know, I'm sorry and this is the... I'm just hearing, I've tried it, I've tested it, I don't want it, and I'm lonely.
Like I said, single women keep women single, innit? So
that's the saying. But this is it's just a generalization, because most of us, if you've got a good friend with a good man, that's how you meet good men. Do you understand? Because good men know good men. So if I've got sisters, I've got friends that are married, and they're going to tell you, I'm one person that's going to tell you keep your husband happy. A lie, friend. I will say to you, yo, him coming from where? Come after 4, I'm going to do it if I do. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I see you've got a good man, I'm going to hold him to a certain standard. When I see a man wholeheartedly being there, I'm going to give you that respect. Do you understand me? Because that's what I would desire for myself. This, people feeling like seeing somebody in a lane, you can't get in there when everybody's got their own lane. Sometimes it's not the same time. No. So I wish happiness for everybody. And that's where we're a bit divided as people.
But it depends on the woman. Like you said, you would do that, but we don't know what type of woman is out there. Like, you get certain women that will think that they've settled for their husband and see that her friend's got a better quote unquote husband than she has, so she might kind of destroy her marriage. Do you know what I mean? Because of jealousy. So yeah, all depends on the woman.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's that hypergamous nature kicking in again, isn't it? Okay. You understand? It's kind of like you know sometimes when like not trying to direct it just towards female, when like say for instance a group of females, you guys link up and you're talking about your boyfriends or your husbands or whatever, you understand, and you make your husband, your boyfriend seem like, listen, he's the best thing on literally on this planet, right? And a lot of the times what I see is other women now eyeballing that man because they know that man is a limited supply. You understand where I'm coming from? Right? So I see a lot of that. So this is going to sound mad. Half of the time I kind of tell, you know, when I talk to certain types of women, I tell them, listen, don't advertise your man to your friends.
100%. You got to be careful what you say and to who you're saying it to. You've got to be.
You get me? Because influence is very heavy out here. And for instance, like, and this goes for both man and woman, if you're in a serious relationship, committed, regardless what your friends say they might see or might not see, would you allow your friends to influence your relationship?
Not really. They can give advice. If you go to them for advice, then you can take that into consideration. But to actually influence your relationship, no, because at the end of the day, it should be your decision as to how you move in your relationship. Like I said, you could take advice, but to actually move upon what your friends personally think, their own opinions and that, you shouldn't do that. Well, again, people have ulterior motives, innit? So they could just dislike your husband because of XYZ, and they will give you bad advice just for you to break up.
Most of the time, you've got to be careful what you say when you are upset and when you are unhappy.
Yeah.
Because then people put it in a context and feel like they have the right to not only give you advice, but sometimes step to your actual man and say things that is not within their right to do. So I wouldn't take directions and instructions, but constructive criticism and decent advice, and from people that you can actually see has something about them.
Decent advice though, because don't forget, like for instance, a lot of people that you might be getting advice from is probably coming from failed relationship, themselves. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. So what would we class as like
some friends
decent
are more sexy,
advice?
so they might give you some good advice. You got a good man sex up your bedroom. See, as a man, that would be nice. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying to you, there's different advice. It's not always about a negative. It could just be something they see.
Suppose I come to you and tell you, say, listen, I see a man down the road and I saw some female in the passenger seat. You understand? Obviously, they were looking a bit too friendly, but I didn't see nothing go on. And if I come to you as a friend and I tell you that, you understand? Because this is... Your man. So, like, what would you be?
Not always, but it could be a work friend, it could be a family friend, it could be a sister's friend. It depends on how you move or think as a female. Like, if you're just unconfident and everything's an issue, it's an issue. Do you understand me? Like,
because this one piece of information that I'm giving you could just sway your whole behavior in your relationship. Yeah. You understand? Because now you adapt a different mindset. You don't even know, boy, it's like, is he out there really saying is he doing what he's saying he's doing? You understand? Stuff like that.
But it's down to interpretation. Like, for example, you just gave of one person seeing another's partner in the car moving a bit mad. That's a perspective. Do you know what I mean? Some people might perceive a hug as being over the top. Do you know what I mean? Once you're in a relationship. So again, if you're giving advice, it has to be practical, rational and logical, to be honest. It can't be emotional.
Boy, I definitely take that and understand. Take good advice, people. Understand, preferably on people who's been there, done it, still got the t-shirt.
I don't believe that, because again, you don't have to be a footballer to be a coach. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be playing the field to be a good manager.
It doesn't mean because you're in a successful relationship, you know how to give advice. Because it's not always what you say, it's delivery and at the time. So I have to agree with Ty with that. Like,
yeah, so it's
people and their characters.
Okay, so at the end of the day, you get advice, but it's really what you want.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to take that advice or not. So,
all right, cool. Staying on relationships, right? Because this topic came up the other day, and it was actually interesting because nowadays days we talk about men provide and protect, and a lot of us would want our women home if we have children, especially taking care of the children, taking care of the home. You understand me? Well, I go out there, bust my ass for years. You understand, and we hopefully make this living arrangement work for both of us, right? So my question is, can one income sustain a family, or is the concept outdated?
Yes or no, it depends on how much you're earning. Because let's
say the average income or below, because this is what most people are earning, average or below.
What's the average income?
The average income in the UK, I think, is like 28 or 30 or something 30, like that. Yeah.
It depends on your lifestyle, though, because I don't think that that's sustainable for anybody with the cost of what everything is now. But yeah, you said most men would prefer women to stay at home and they pay, and is that what you said? Most men?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like, you genuinely don't want your woman exposed. You don't want to expose it to the outside world.
But that's your
too much hazards. There's so much hazards out there, trips and falls, slips, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess
influences.
Yeah, the majority.
From the home.
Yeah, but you're less likely to get influenced in the home than being in the workforce, isn't it? And you're every day in front of other people,
building other relationships with other
friends. Yeah, exactly.
Friends.
Yeah, 30 grand.
No.
If you got kids, definitely no. Not in London. Not at all.
Really?
Yeah. Not in London. Rent?
Yeah.
That's already salary?
Yeah. 2 people living in the house. If you got kids, that's bare minimum is 1,500 for rent. Do you know what I mean? And then you got other bills, food, clothes, all of that.
Travel.
Yeah.
Cost of living.
Yeah, 30 grand, nah, I don't think so. If you got kids, then definitely not. So, and that's just having like a basic lifestyle. That's not even anything
very
exciting.
Basic.
That's not even counting holidays. So yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, one of the reasons I bring that up, right? Because we've been pushing this notion, as I said, man want to protect and provide, you know what I mean? His women to be at home doing what, playing her role, so to speak, you understand, and him doing what he's supposed to do as a man, what society says he's supposed to be doing as a man, right? So is the concept of the protector provider as well outdated? You understand?
It's slightly, economically, it's slightly outdated.
Because what we're saying, most men are earning the average or below, and if we're saying that can't sustain a two-parent household with kids, then isn't it outdated, the concept of provider, protector, my woman stays at home and, take care of the household and that?
Yeah, because I believe a lot of men are ponces anyway, God forgive me, but a lot of them don't have that old and that standard. Like, there's a lot of men living off women and with women for what they can give them. So I do think it's sort of outdated. I'm not saying there's not a lot of amazing men, kings, generals, but now in this society, it's not as easy to come by men that genuinely want to be that head. In my experience, I'm not saying there's not good men, but I'm talking about my experience and what I'm seeing.
Okay. So basically, what? Like, from now on, the future is 50-50? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying, like, women are going to have to literally do as much as men to keep the household going, and we probably potentially maybe even can't have kids going forward? Because this is what it sounds like. This sounds like a really sticky situation. You understand?
Well, I don't know how it is for. I'm probably the youngest here. My mum and dad went out to work. Do you know what I mean? For the most part, my dad was the breadwinner. And then once the kids started getting older, my mum went out in the workforce as well, because obviously as time went on, the economy moved on as well. So it got to a point where she had to work as well. So, but again, when it comes to like the home, dad cooks, mum cooks, dad cleans, mum cleans. So things like that can go 50-50. But when it comes to things like protection, it's solely the man. Do you know what I mean? He's there for just in case. So in certain parts of relationship, it has to be, or it can be 50-50.
Jesus Christ. Damn, the time's moving on, boy. All these damn outdated concepts. I don't know. I think of it a little bit different, right? And in terms of, let me explain, right? I think 28, 29K can more than take care of the family for the year, definitely. Because as I said, if you said rent's like 12 to 1500 and we subtract that from the 28K, you understand where I'm coming from, right? So now we're up to like round about what? Round about 15K, just a bit over on rent, right? So now you got about 13, 14K. Do we need Jordans? Do we need name brands?
It's not about name.
Do we need all the stylish stuff in our house? You understand? Because it's making our job easy. Do we every 2 weeks need maybe a new rice cooker?
I don't agree with that amount for living, because even though you're saying for rent, I'm not talking about having to be. That's why I said to you, it's people lifestyle and mindset. But the cost of living, and then when you've got two adults in the home, there's certain things that you don't get reduced. So because I'm seeing people on good money. I'm around people with really, like, social workers, and people are struggling. I was in the hospital the other day getting an internal, and I heard the doctors talking about they had to move out of London to be able to afford, and I was listening, and he ain't got no children yet, and I was just in the cubicle listening. I'm thinking, these people on 50 and 60K, 45, and the way they're talking, like, and it's two people working in his home, it's still a struggle, because it's like the more you earn, the more they tax and take. So, and now it's not about having just expensive things. Remember, children, they're an investment. So then you have, for my children personally, they want to do music, they want to do basketball, they want to do football. You have to buy their football kits. You have to pay to take them there. You might not be the mum that can afford to go at home and have a packed lunch, because you might be coming from work, so you pick up something. Even if your husband is footing all these bills, it's gonna be like, I'd say, one person managing
husband or boyfriend.
One person, 28, 30 grand. I don't think that can cover. I could be wrong. You said different generation, but I heard you.
I saw a video. I don't know whether it was on TV news or social media. There was a nurse that she has to go to the food bank.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So what's the nurse on? Probably what, 30?
30,
yeah. 30, 34, yeah. Maximum 35. Yeah. And she has to go to food bank, and she lives in London. So I don't see how that's going to work with if you have children as well.
Oh boy.
That means you're taking the cat, one boy, one girl. You better make sure you split right.
And again, you want to give your children
utilize the system, really. You understand? Because there's ways out here of utilizing the system, just like how the system utilizes us for its own benefit and don't give us anything back. Yeah, I mean, for instance, does she need to work? For instance, right, let me draw a scenario, right? Yeah. Just work with me here, right? And people, I might sound a little bit bad, but work with me here, right? He's got his own yard, she's got her own yard. Both council flats or housing association, whichever you want to put it. Nobody's renting privately.
Okay.
Right? He decides, you know what, babes? I'm making 28, 29K a year. But I think we can even maximize this. You understand? And I think we can even lower the cost of our living. Right? Because right now you ain't working. You know, council flat, you're paying how much on rent a month? Cheap. You understand? I can fund that. I can fund the food for the yard. You understand? And that ain't even gonna come up close to even $1,000. Not even 500. It ain't even gonna come up close. You understand where I'm coming from? Right? She's collecting her benefits. Obviously, he's moved in. He's now saying, you know what? I want to make an extra money. A side income. Let me rent out my flat to one or two friends. You know what? I got a living room and I got a bedroom. Let me split it in two. So I'm making a 600 here and a 600 there, maybe even extra. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Right? So I'm just saying, if you're working together and you're utilizing the system, are you telling me 28, 29K a year cannot work for you and your family? Are we just thinking of, the dude has to work and the woman ain't doing nothing and they're paying full rent and you understand? We don't think outside the box.
You do think outside the box, but so do the benefits, and those things it's very hard to get away with nowadays. But I definitely see where you're coming from. When you said work with you, if you've what you're saying is common sense, and if people listen, you understand?
People just want to live above their means for what reason? I don't know.
Black people,
especially black people. The worst of them.
Yeah, because communities live together even when they don't get on and help each other. But you understand? And I've been seeing that from when I was in my early teens. You understand? So I understand what you're saying.
There's nothing wrong with a food bank, bro. You know what I mean? Hard times, if man have to hit up a food bank, man has to hit up a food bank. Good times are going to get...
utilising the system. Food banks are helpful.
They're
helpful.
Yeah, but in food banks you don't really get much in it, and the thing is,
different money get much, but they can help things stretch.
Yeah, they can.
100%.
But again, if you got kids, you don't want your kids seeing that kind of stuff. You want your kids to have a better life than you did.
100%.
So if bedtime is dinner for you when you were growing up, you don't want that for your children.
Yeah, we didn't have that life, so we didn't have that life. So it's true. You don't want to see them doing that.
Yeah, so you don't.
But the thing is, what is really bad about food banks is when that's somebody's only means of eating. That's if their children have only known that and they have no other way out. I get what you're saying.
And you're going there taking their food out of their mouth.
Yes.
Because you don't have to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then you've got kids, you want a better lifestyle for them. So you want them to go after school club, get into hobbies, you know what I mean? So they can find out what they want to do when they grow up. Things like that.
Stimulate them.
Yeah. So
Nah, definitely.
you don't want to struggle, man.
Yeah, definitely you don't want to struggle. But let's say what it is. This is a lifestyle out here now where people are struggling, a lot of people, but pretending they're not trying to put their best foot forward, but they are and living above their means. You understand?
Because a lot of people can budget. People that
and
should budget don't budget. So I get what you're saying.
Like, I'm not saying it's simple. Like, come on, bro. It's like changing lifestyles ain't easy. You understand? That's like changing a habit. You get me? That ain't easy. You understand? But work at it. You might be surprised, bro. You get me? What? Alias chat learn to budget, fam. Silent business budgeting, bro. Come on.
Just a messenger.
What? Okay, people. One more question before we get on to watching some videos. Understand? Do people's opinion matter in 2024? And follow-up question: what is my truth? The people's opinions.
When you say
matter.
People's opinions, I mean,
because everybody likes to talk. Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
Does it matter to who? You as an individual?
Does it matter in the grand scheme of things? Important conversations, like does majority of people's opinions, does it matter?
It depends.
And as I said, what is my truth? Because don't forget, nowadays days your opinion comes with it's my truth, so it literally links. So now you understand where I'm getting. You understand? This is how a lot of people run it. In my opinion, so it's my truth.
Yeah, it depends what value, if any, your opinion holds. Do you know what I mean? And you have to determine whether that opinion that person's giving you holds any weight. Not everybody's opinion is valid. Do you know what I mean? I can't really speak on the my truth thing because I think that's just bullshit. There is no my truth. It's either the truth or the lie. Do you know what I mean? There's no my truth.
There's no in between, huh?
No, there's
no black and white.
There's my perspective.
Okay.
But there's your perspective doesn't mean necessarily that means that's the truth.
Okay.
Just like your opinion can be wrong.
Yes.
Your perspective can be wrong.
That's correct.
Do you know what I mean? So my truth is just word salad.
Word what?
Salad.
Word salad. It was that. I did hear that. Okay. I don't know if people's opinions matter, but they can spark debates and conversations that can help people look at things a different way, can create change.
Like influence people to lose their marriage and that.
No, but you're looking at it from the negative way, silent. Yeah. It could be people having a conversation that make people really think, oh wow, like there are different people out here.
most people have inspiring opinions.
No, not most people.
I can't speak for most people.
Yeah.
But you have people that do have good weight and good value in what they say. It's what people are focusing on, they're seeing.
True.
So that is it. And this my truth, I don't know, the way you think is the way you think and the way you feel. And I feel like it's your past experiences that create who you are. So I can't speak for the majority of people because I don't really see things the way other people
Have
see
you ever used that quote?
Not really. It's not really my truth. A lot of these, I'm not really a follower, so all these new things that come out.
To be honest, I've only heard women say my truth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a female thing. I've never come across a man that says my truth.
Interesting.
I think.
So is it only women that lie?
No, I'm not saying it's a lie.
Go ahead.
I'm saying it like this. The reason why this is my perspective.
Okay.
Your truth.
yeah, this is my truth. I think the reason why they say my truth is because they're speaking from a stance of feelings. They're in their feelings, and they believe that their feelings is true. Okay. Your feelings are valid, but your feelings doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. But women tend to think that just because they feel something, therefore it's reality, which is not the case. So that's why they say my truth, because it's their feelings.
Okay.
But there's subjectivity and there's objectivity.
There is, because I feel like a lot of men nowadays have got a feminine streak anyway. And even though you're saying women saying my truth, I feel like you've got a good understanding of what you're saying. But I feel like seeing certain things, I don't want to say respect or validate. I can't see things from just a woman and man's perspective. I see it from right and wrong. And you could get a woman that will listen to men and say, oh my God, like they're actually right. We're emotional and we do come from an emotional place. But certain of us you can speak to and make us understand. And we might be able to see things in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too far and in between, because China, you know what it is, right? Like, say for somebody like me, I'm more or less like I'm a straight shooter. I'm more direct with what I'm saying, right? So, and what I've realized is that a lot of women tend to get triggered when I speak, regardless if it's
I could see that.
facts or not.
I could see that.
You understand where I'm coming from, right? And it irks me when I have to do this, right? Because I'm like, you're supposed to be a capable adult. You're supposed to have capacity, not lack capacity, right? So now sometimes I have to go down into what some people call baby talk. You understand? I'd have to go into baby talk, like some Google Gaga type thing, to try and reason with you, to try and have you to comprehend what I'm saying, so you don't get all emotional, go off the handle, and hopefully you maybe put into action what's been said.
It's just women, like friends, women, or is it a woman that you're in a
friends,
yeah,
women that I'm even just talking to on the phone, even just having sexual relations with. Yeah, you understand where I'm coming from?
That's your experience.
Like you can say it's my experience. You understand? But I'm sure if you probably talk to a few other guys and they was being forthright and honest, I'm sure a lot of them would tell you it's extremely difficult talking to females.
It is. It's very difficult.
It's not easy, bro.
The truth.
It's not easy telling you guys the truth. It's not easy. You have to find so much ways of how to drop it so we don't get this negative reaction. And then now I'm going to react differently. You understand? But guess what? Most people are going to expect me to just take it and be like, you know, all right, cool.
Delivery, I think sometimes. That's what I think. I can't speak for everybody because everyone's different. That's that's it. I like when a man can tell the truth. Like, whether I like what he's saying is different, but I can handle the truth to a certain extent.
Do you think that the delivery should matter?
Yeah, it should. If you wouldn't like somebody to deliver to you in a certain manner, then it should, depending. Yeah.
Okay, let's say someone's come to you with the truth,
right?
Undeniable truth. Should the delivery matter? If
it's disrespectful and you're trying to tell somebody something they're not going to like anyway, then you're going to get a bad reaction. Yeah.
I may be different.
Because I was going to say, if you and Silent was saying the same thing, I feel like, depending on your tone and attitude, maybe you'd have to have a panel of women. But I feel like your delivery, Silent is quite robust, and he is like, we've been having conversations outside of here, and I understand. I think my younger self might have been offended or triggered by him, but it's not, because I understand where he's coming from and what he's saying. A lot of women, sometimes we hear women and we put ourselves with everything you're saying, and we feel like we have to defend instead of open up and sort of understand and evaluate what you're saying and then overstand it. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, I don't take everything as personal as I used to. And it's your emotional maturity you were saying last week. That's part of it. So it does depend on what you're saying and how you're saying it. Do you want to get a reaction sometimes, Silent, when you're saying certain things? Do you?
Nah, because let me show you what it is. Right?
I'll come back to that, because that wasn't my question.
In order,
go on.
Go on.
Okay, you said it depends on your delivery. But my question is, should your delivery matter?
But I'm going to stand by that. It matters.
Okay.
Because I know if I'm shouting at my son or a man, they're not listening to me. I spoke to somebody and they listen to a male voice even more than a woman's voice. So I believe that delivering...
Let's take shouting out the equation.
Yes.
Let's just talk about, because this is about women and men and women's dynamics.
Okay.
Let's take shouting out the equation.
Okay.
So, for example, if I'm with my boys,
Yes.
or we got that type of relationship, and my boy's done something stupid,
Yeah.
I can go to him and say, "Well, what you did, you're a dickhead for doing that."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he won't be like, "You gonna dickhead," blah blah blah. He'd be like, he will soak it up, analyze that. You know what? I was a dickhead.
Okay.
Whether you say it out loud or just think it, he will take that on board.
Okay.
But you cannot do that to a woman. You can't say, "Babe, you're a dickhead for doing that." Do you know what I mean? That's an argument straight there. So for me, so that's why I said, should it matter? Because somebody's giving you.
It matters.
I
That's
don't
where it
think-
is, though.
But the difference, what I'm trying to get at is,
Yeah.
should, and it depends on not the same thing. See if I can try to break that down.
Yes.
In reality,
Yes.
it depends.
Yeah.
Or it
You're saying should it? Overall, you're saying
yeah,
it shouldn't.
overall, in the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't matter because it got delivered. Nevertheless, how you took it, it got delivered, and it was the truth. But again, we know that people got feelings and people have feels. So, in reality, in people's perspective,
Yes.
they want it sugar coated
Okay.
because people don't really.
And you have to
I wouldn't say
think-
people. I say women don't. Women.
You're not talking about women. Say women.
Yeah, women.
Woman, uno, woman. That's
Women
But- yeah, go
don't
ahead.
want to feel bad.
We
Do you know?
wanna feel bad.
You don't want to feel bad. Men don't mind being in the
I don't
dog
know,
hat.
man.
Yeah,
I don't
The
know.
dirt.
Yeah.
We don't
So
mind
I
being the
mean-
backlash.
yeah,
Men are
the bad guy. We don't mind being the bad guy. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But you know,
Let me hear you.
But you see what it is as well with that less control on your emotion. Over that translate into your home. You understand? And if you got kids, that also translates to your kids.
Yes.
You understand where I'm coming from? So that's why it's so important. Don't really how it's been said. It's more about what's been said. Do you understand? Because that emotional reaction can literally cause lives. For instance, let me draw a story, right?
Draw it.
You probably know what I'm going to say. Message come by carrier pigeon. You get me, from the main commander, right? This message is saying, right, I'm going to give you 2 delivery. This message is saying, listen, you need to get, how you doing, baby girl? I hope everything's all right with the troops and that, right? But we're just about to be flanked down the other side down there. So you need to get your troops around there and just not really too much rust, but urgently would be nice. Just kind of
Okay.
take your troops around there.
That's number 1 delivery, yeah?
Make sure everything's fine around there so they don't break through and we can win the war. Right?
Yeah, go on.
He comes with the next delivery. Listen, this is a second message I'm sending you. How dare you not go down to the flank? What are you doing? I need you to go down to the flank. If you don't go down to the flank, there's going to be harsh repercussions. Your family's going to get their heads chopped off. You're probably going to be mutilated. Get the fuck round there now. Because if you don't, we're going to lose the war.
Yeah. Okay. That concept, I understand what you're saying, but yeah, you're saying life or death, but you're using like an example that's quite extreme. That's war. So anybody, well, I should say anybody. Me as a woman, well, it is 2 different deliveries.
It's all about, again, the delivery. Don't watch the story. It's 2 different delivery.
Yeah, but under that sort of duress,
And it's life or death.
for me. It's life or death. But you're saying it's life or death in the home, the way we grow them. That's what you're saying. Is that your example? Yeah. I'm still going to tell you that maybe I could take a message differently, but delivery is important in some terms. In what the aspect you just said, no, you couldn't take your time and deliver a message like that. No. It wouldn't be delivery, but emotional women on a daily basis in the home with a man telling you, babes, when I come home, I want my dinner, and when you come in and say it a different way, delivery is going to matter. So that's my take on this.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how serious the situation is.
Yes.
Because if you're dealing with somebody that you're constantly having to talk to and you're always sugarcoating it, at some point you're going to have to give them tough love.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Perfect delivery goes out the window. You have to just get the message across.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I understand that.
Hey, listen, man, people are too emotional, man. And it's both men and women. I'm not just putting it on women. You understand? You get me? And yeah, man, it goes deep. And don't forget, I keep saying, man, it all literally stems from the household and the upbringing. You understand? So it all goes back to the single parent household. But yeah, let me ask you guys a question. How important is sex for men and women?
I'll let a man answer that.
I guess it depends on the man and the woman. Like, in general. I kind of think it's important for both. For women, you get that emotional connection, that intimacy that they need to feel love. For men, it's also one way to show affection. It's another way to release stress for men. And on some levels as well, also a emotional connection for the men as well. So I think it's, if you're in a relationship with the person, it's equally as important to both parties.
What about the folks out of the relationship as well? Yeah.
I'd say outside of a relationship, that's a hard question, because it depends on the upbringing of the individual as well. Let's say a woman, she didn't grow up with a father, so she lacks that fatherly love. She's gonna go out in the world and seek validation and love from men, and that tend to come through the form of sex. Okay. So that would be detrimental to her, mentally and emotionally. If she has, and then therefore she doesn't need a validation from men, I wouldn't say sex would be that important to her, being a single woman. For a man, being single
and in a relationship,
for a man being single, I think it would just mainly be just to bust a nut, to be honest, just for the physicality of it, to release stress. I already spoke about a man being in a relationship, so yeah, I said it was equally important.
Okay. How about you, Tan? How important is sex for men and women?
Sex is important for both sexes, to be honest with you. Oh, wow. Just thinking about the different sexes and the different things. Being single, a lot of people are dating and they're saying they're not having sex. I don't know, most of the dating and daters I see, most of them are linking up and it's like a casual sex thing. Because of the amount of germs, and there's so many aspects emotionally. Like you said, women, we are emotional. So even if a man says, yeah, we're single, we're not having sex, we're having sex, but we're not together. From most women's point of view, they're more invested even when that man means what he's saying. Yeah. And you do believe that he's going to like you in some way more if you do certain things, if that makes sense. In a couple, I was watching something the other day and I've been realising a lot of women are getting married and then they're withholding sex. Or it's for some reason, which I find, if you've got a good man and he's doing all the things he should do, that should be part of it naturally, or you're asking for him to be gone and you can't be asking him where he is, because if you're gonna withhold sex and you knew how sexual he was before, I don't really get it. I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but myself, if you're single, you just have to hold it. You've got emotions, you've got urges, you've got needs, but I feel like I feel like it's women's power, and self-control is really nice. You gain a lot of self-respect for yourself, and the men that have been your friend for 20 years, 25 years and liked you, they're still your friends. And you learn a lot through them. So I can't, the sex thing now it's like currency. People are doing it for all different things. So
yeah,
these are relationships are transactional. I find it hard to comment, and I can't lie to you. Yeah. And like, because we're emotional, I don't like to get emotionally invested in other people's issues because it ain't mine.
Yeah, I say it's extremely important. But don't forget now, women are selling sex and men are buying.
Men are selling sex too and women are buying.
As I said, extremely important.
Okay.
You understand where we're coming from?
Yeah.
But the onus is more. Women are selling a lot of sex and men are buying. I'm just saying.
The glasses. Okay.
But then, if we gather now by what I'm saying, by how important sex is, because women are selling and men are buying it. All women are selling it and all men are buying it. No. You need to understand.
When you say
right?
selling it.
Even a relationship is transactional, baby girl. Somebody needs to, both parties need to be providing something. You understand? No matter how you look at it.
I wouldn't call it selling. It's transactional.
Call it trade. We can use any other name we want to.
It's not monetized, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
However you want.
When you said important, I thought you mean how valuable is it?
Value, yeah.
I did. No, you mean
and how it affects it.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
I don't know, because now, but I think
you came from a different perspective, as in the negative side of sex, like selling sex and things like that.
I feel like Silent is quite negative when he says certain like, no disrespect. I feel like he comes, but and even if
how is the truth?
No,
seen
but
as
not
negative?
Everything's not negative.
But that's the truth. How is it seen as negative?
It's your truth, because some of the things you say, it is your truth. Are you looking at stats?
You said it.
It's your truth, not mine. I never said it's my truth. I said it's his truth.
Hold on. We can break this down. We can get into it, right? Are women not selling sex?
Yeah, but you know that what you said, a lot of women may find what you said offensive, that they're selling sex when they're in a committed relationship, loving their partners. Hold on. Two people doing what sometimes women are complaining that their men are not as sexual because they're tired, the pressures of work. Some men can't actually stand to the occasion for that long because sometimes men are self-pleasers and not people so there's so many ways to look at it when you're saying selling sex. Because I weren't offended, but I was triggered by what you said, because straight away I was thinking, like, to me, you like a reaction. It's like that's gonna be part of who you are. You want a reaction.
Nah, as I said, this is me, silent business. So as I was explaining earlier, when I explain certain things to females, they tend to instantly go off on one, and then I would have to baby talk.
I don't feel like you'd have to baby talk me, because your truth doesn't offend me.
But that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Is it my truth or is it the truth?
Well, some of it.
Because this can't be my truth. Women sell sex and man buy sex. That cannot be my truth. That's universally the truth.
And men are selling sex and women are buying it.
So where am I wrong?
Yeah, but you said.
Let me show you.
Not on the same scale.
Obviously not on the same scale.
Obviously not.
Right?
It's not. Yeah, it's night and day.
If the man's not providing, and we know what we're talking about, at this scenario, we know what's going to happen. The woman's going to leave. And if the woman's not providing sex to the man, what's going to happen? He's going to leave. Like, what are we talking about? Is it because it sounds crazy that it's hard to believe? This is what the world is built on.
Women selling sex, the majority.
And don't forget, sex was the first ever trade known to mankind, the first ever trade, and it's still the biggest trade on the planet, still the biggest trade. So I'm not lying with what I'm saying. I know it sounds crazy. You understand? But that's what we're doing as men and women. We're trading.
Well, I did say it's transactional. A lot of the relationships I'm seeing now, I just believe, I don't see as much balance. So.
But I was going somewhere with this, right?
I thought we were talking about paternity today. Did we?
No.
That will come.
That's coming up.
That's
coming up, but we were just running off some time, right?
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
100.
Do you think a relationship could be non-transactional?
Like generally on just emotions and love. I'm not. Well, no, I think there's always some form of
transaction.
You can maybe say young love, young blossoming. They don't have to really put nothing in a perform. I like you and you like me. Let's just. But then it's still time, so there's something.
You're building. I don't.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I can't really. I'd have to think on that one because in my mind, I'm looking at a lot of the relationships around me, and I wouldn't call them transactional. The marriages and relationships, I'd see there's an even balance. People bringing each other up to a better place, if that makes sense. The woman brings value, the man brings value.
Wouldn't that be transactional? Because
well, then if it's like
they're giving something to their partner and they're receiving something from
their
partner.
Then yes, but I'm not talking about just physically.
No, just transactional in general. Yeah.
Yes, well, we were talking about the physical realm.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So, do you think a relationship can be equal? Or do you think one person is always going to be given more than the other?
Good question.
That is a good question. Should it be equal? To be honest, I don't think most relationships are equal. I wouldn't go into it and speak on exactly what I mean by that, but I don't think they're equal in value and to what somebody's adding to the home or financially, and there's emotionally, there's a good few areas. Yeah.
The scale's always going to be tipping.
Yeah, in all aspects. Somebody's always given more than the other party.
Somebody, I wouldn't always say it's just, the woman taking and it's the man giving, I'd say. From your perspective.
From my perspective, let me just put that disclaimer on there. I see men giving more to relationships because we've been brought up to kind of worship women, put women on a pedestal. So I see from my perspective men kind of carrying relationships. He's always have to entertain her, make sure her needs are met. Always chasing her.
Okay.
And where women tend to kind of sit back and enjoy the relationship. So,
okay.
From my perspective, what I've seen out there. Am I wrong? Do you see in your life that the woman's given more in all aspects? And
no, not in all aspects. No. When you said about the chase, that made sense, and I think one of you spoke about men putting themselves out there, and they're the ones that go out and will, pursue. Because even I'm quite rough. I'm old fashioned. I wouldn't go out and pursue a man. So when it was something I've been thinking about for a while. That rejection thing is quite hard. So it's true. Men put themselves out there like that. That's why I say having conversations with the opposite sex, whether we agree or it enlightens you and opens your eyes to certain balances.
Definitely.
So when you're saying it in this way, I can sort of, I'll say, okay, I get that. Maybe you lot do put in a bit more work in some ways. Yeah.
Well, the way I would say we put in most of the work is carrying the relationship, making sure that we're still either boyfriend or girlfriend, or husband and wife.
Yeah.
Because from the initial point, it's men that pursue.
Yes.
But our job doesn't end there. We still have to entertain her.
It's true.
Because we're looking at this competition out there, and some other guy might be in her DMs entertaining her. So our job is never done. We always have to be pursuing our partner.
Okay.
Because look, like I was talking about last week, the divorce rate. Women are just getting bored in relationships.
And that's what you said. You said it weren't about abuse. Yeah. So those things open my eyes a lot. Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, man. If you ever meet a woman and you had to chase her at the beginning, bro, I'm telling you, for the rest of your life, you're gonna forever chase that woman. Yeah. Be the leader, bro. Make her chase you.
Let me say this though. You said, sorry, I don't want to drag you on.
No, go on. Go on.
You said you're old fashioned.
I've got old fashioned values and ways, yeah.
But do you know, back in the day, women used to initiate it?
What, sex or finding a husband?
Just the interaction between men and women.
Okay.
I think you lot know this, but once I say you realise
I've heard it.
Women used to drop their handkerchief.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
and men used to pick it up, and then that would
that's
give
how it
him
was started.
opening to have a conversation with her. So, these days women don't do it at all.
They have no
But
skill.
the gentlemen,
no
the men
disrespect.
have changed though as well. So things have changed.
Do you know how? Hold
In what
up.
way?
One sec.
The-
Let me
the
say this
quality of
quickly.
men.
Let me say this quickly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say, okay, I agree with you. Like some of the some men qualities, have been abandoned. But watch this, right? Half of the time, whether you're on a date with a woman or she's chilling in your yard or you guys are out there for a walk or whatever the case is, like, and this is not just my opinion. Do you know, like, I would say 60, 70%, and that's just me being nice. Like, the women are boring, bro. I'm talking.
Boring.
I'm talking conversation wise.
Oh, okay. That's
Like,
not me.
Are you,
Yeah, but
I'm not
I get
talking,
what you're saying.
Like it's
It's like
crazy.
they're waiting for somebody to do something all the time. They don't
like,
have the initiative.
and you know what it is? I don't mind you waiting. You
Yeah.
understand? There's nothing wrong with you waiting. But when you're not interacting with the conversation that's at hand, when you're not open-minded enough, when you're standoffish, but
Yeah.
you just want to be entertained, but you're
All the
not
time.
allowing the entertainment to happen,
Yeah.
like, it's boring.
Yes.
Like, as a man, it's like, only thing I got in my head, if I get the smash, I'm going to take it. But beyond that, I don't see anything else beyond
interest.
that.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Yeah,
I understand you.
Yeah, at some point she has to show interest, or then you're going to lose interest.
This is it.
And like, if you're kind of I'm not going to use the word infatuated, because that's a bit strong. But if you like a girl, really like her, you want to like kind of wife her up, you're going to put yourself in a position where you're going to constantly keep chasing her, and you're going to forget that you deserve her to kind of
pursue
pursue
you and
as
show
well.
interest.
Yeah, and show interest. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you have to
'cause-
be careful of that.
But you're the one now chasing validation.
Yeah.
She ain't chasing validation no more. You've already
This
validated
is a bit
and
true.
she's
It's
gone.
funny. Yeah, it's funny you say that. It is. It's funny when you hear things like you might think you're doing the right things, but yeah, I feel like sometimes we do wait for the phone call and the text more, and some people say, yeah, you don't call me or you don't show any interest.
Yeah.
So when you're saying it now, little things are ringing in your mind. I'm like, okay,
You know what's
it's
mad?
not intentional, but sometimes when you go on,
If I'm chatting to 5 gal, right? Do you know the one that messaged me first out of the blue? Like, say I message all 4 or 5 of them or whatever. But the one that just messaged me out of the blue, and 2 days later she messaged me out of the blue, how you doing? And I'm just literally, we don't even have to talk. I'm just wondering,
how are you doing? Yeah, conversation.
Who the hell do you think my attention's gonna be on?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah,
Like, she's showing me that level of interest that I am seeking.
yeah.
Now let's just communicate and see what else can happen beyond that. You understand? Yeah. You're showing me something that I haven't seen in a long time.
Wow.
Nah, real talk. I understand. Like, I get gal, Ty gets gal, Reds get gal. But I'm sure it's very difficult for them man to probably tell you, bro, when's the last time a gal probably just messaged you, yo, good morning, or like, just something, just to say something nice or something.
Okay.
Like, listen, no, the message you get is, can I have something? It's a can I have something message.
Really?
You know what I mean?
God damn.
They need something.
Or they're just fully bored and nobody else ain't giving them attention. It's mad. And I'm talking friends. It could just be friends with somebody that you. Yeah, it's crazy out here, man.
Yes.
I understand.
That's why sometimes having girlfriends is like,
Yeah.
you don't contact me. Like, the phone works both ways. Do you know what I mean? Like, your phone can text as well or call.
100%.
You know what I mean?
But I'm a good morning woman. If me and somebody are talking, I do
Affirmations or
like good evening. How was your night? How was your day? Like, you don't have to run me down to call me. Sometimes we don't even need to talk, but it is nice to check
Just
in and
one
see how
text.
someone's doing.
yeah.
And okay, let's go back to how it's important is sex for men and women, right? Because I wanted to finish this, right? And when I'm talking about, like, men buy sex and and women sell, right? So it's like, this is coming in 2 parts, one for men and one for women. So then why do we scrutinize men for wanting sex? You understand? And the other part is, why do we shame, label, guilt trip women and penalize them for sleeping around if sex is both important for men and women?
There you go.
So that's the question I'm dropping, like, if you guys would like to answer it. Understand? Like, why do we penalize the women, shame, label, and guilt trip them for sleeping around with multiple different men?
But isn't that men you've got to ask, because they're the ones...
And men get shamed.
Women shame other women.
And men,
as well.
But how do they know about the sex?
And hold up, and men get shamed for wanting sex from women by women. You're too thirsty and you want it too much and relax and them man, they just want sex.
I didn't say it. Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Well,
so it works on both sides.
Well, I mentioned this last week. I said society doesn't value anything that's easy, and sex for women is easy. So a woman, an average woman can get 10 times as much sex as an average man can.
True.
So men are praised for being able to get multiple women, because we know as a society that you have to have something for you to be able to attract women.
Yeah,
you have to be a certain height, charisma, good job, do you know what I mean, status. You need something behind it for you to get loads of women. For a woman to get loads of guys, all she just needs is a box and breasts.
What did you say? A box and breast?
Yeah.
Is box her front?
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts. I'm just a messenger. Press that.
Just a messenger.
Don't shoot.
So that's the dynamics between men and women. It's easy for women, so society is not going to value it.
Yeah, man, it's true, because it's, for me, this is my way of thinking. We're going to watch the video in a minute. It's just like I built my value as a man, right? Whatever value that is, right? Yeah, financially especially, right? And then now you're coming into my life as a woman that I chose to, you know, be my woman.
Build with, yeah.
And this is one thing that irks me, that you're going to try to manipulate or tell me what I should do in my life and what we're trying to build here. You understand? Do you think that is right?
They're telling you what to do with what you've got.
Yeah. Like, you've built this, you've invited it into your life to, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend. Do you think it's right for a woman to come in?
Not tell, but advise, have conversations, because if it's a two-way thing, then a woman, you can, like we said about bringing value, sometimes you can see certain things that somebody can't see this in the situation. So you can give good advice, but to tell somebody what to do, and it depends on what position they're in as well. Have they got a better job? Are they being money conscious? Is there certain things they're bringing to the table why they're advising you? Or are they just telling you, this is what I want, these expensive things out of what you've got? Do you understand? I wouldn't agree with that. But if they're trying to help you build, for you not to maybe invest in somewhere or do something that's going to bring you value, then
suppose I'm like, listen, I don't want you to help me build. I just want you to do what I tell you to do. And and we're literally good, because you can claim, say, this is why you're here. You can see the value I'm building, and I'm still gonna build. So why are you helping me to build?
I just think it depends on the woman, then. I think it depends on the woman. Some women are, like you said, they don't mind just sitting back and letting someone tell you, and you can see what they're doing. But then there's other women that they want to have a voice no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's what it depends on.
Damn, boy. Anything not to lose control, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Anything not to lose control. Yeah. But like, yeah, man, the screen is on, family.
So we're going to watch the video now?
Yeah, man, we're going to watch the video when he turns the mics down. This is the first one.
Okay, I've been seeing a lot of this.
Yeah, you know.
Why would you do that?
What you mean, why would I do that? Did your daddy pass away?
But that was not, I don't even have my birth certificate. So you took my birth certificate?
Did he ever pay child support? And what you mean birth certificate? Didn't I have
What does that got to do with me? He left me money, not you.
Okay, but
not you.
He never took care of you, so that was his payback for me. That was my payback, that he's never gave me child support to take care of you or your
brothers. That has nothing to do with me.
What you mean it doesn't?
I don't know why you think you can just take my money. It's not your money. It's not yours at all.
It is my money. I had you.
It's in my name.
Okay,
that's stealing.
I gave you your name.
That's stealing. stealing. You took my birth certificate and claimed insurance money, my inheritance. That's stealing.
I had you with your father that passed away that didn't give me a single dime, not one dime to help take care of you guys.
So you're admitting to stealing, so you think that's okay to steal?
I'm not stealing.
Why would you do that?
Yo, yeah, man, that was a bit loud. Extremely loud. In terms of what you guys just saw, is the mom in the right?
No.
Considering, as she said, she's probably never had any type of financial help from him,
Support, yeah.
and she probably needed some type of financial support along the way, and you know, she decided to. Because sometimes as a young kid, sometimes you necessarily don't really understand what needs to be done.
Of course not, but the young lady sounds like she's an adult now. And regardless of what we chose to be in that relationship, we had that child and we made it work. The mum might be in hardship, but if you've got a relationship with your child and they're going to get that money and they see you in hardship, you can have a conversation with them to take their birth certificate and take all the money, and it sounds like not
one penny
invest in them at all, or if there'd have to be a conversation. But that's my respect level for my child. Everybody's got a different. She didn't seem
bothered.
Yeah, and what she was saying, in America it's different because there's this child support, and it's a bit easier to get money over there than it is here from child support. So for him to leave money, why could you not get money on child support when he was there? That would have been your responsibility and not your child's to jump up and take the money. But I don't know the backstory, but yeah, I didn't think that was right.
First and foremost, she's going jail. It's on social media. She's going jail. She's stealing. Yeah, it's fraud. She chose to have as a parent, you chose to have the kid. The kid didn't choose to come here. So her saying your father didn't help, blah, blah, you still chose to have that child. It's still your responsibility. Whether you got somebody helping you or not, it's still your responsibility. And the fact that it's mad, because if you're getting child support, who's the child support for? It's for the child.
Yes.
So therefore, he's paying the child support by giving her the inheritance. So the money's for her. The funny,
she's at the age,
the money's not for the mum. So this is the thing. Does she think that child support is for her or her child? It's for the child. And so I disagree with what you're saying. It's the daughter's money.
You disagree with what I'm saying? I didn't say.
No, in a sense, having that conversation, there'd be no conversation be having.
No. What I'm saying to you is, if you're in that much hardship and your child will help you. I mean, I've saved money for my child, even though I'm a single parent and it was hard. And if they see you in hardship, most of your children would jump up and say, you can have this or you do that, and you say, keep your money for yourself. What I'm saying is, I don't know what that mum's going through, and I don't know the reason what would make her think to be saying all that on social media. But I'm saying, if you're in that desperate, there must have been a conversation that could be had. And I'm not talking about her daughter dishing out half her money. But I don't know if her back rent over there is different. They could be living in a home where the rent is due. She could have asked her daughter to lend her the money for that. I don't know what the position, like I said about the backstory, but I think outside of the box, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the daughter had any obligation to give her a penny.
No, she doesn't have no
I'm just saying it would be a conversation, not... Well, for me, I would leave them with their money, but there's different people.
Can't lie.
What I'm saying is
the weave looked nice and the bed looked comfortable.
That's what I was looking at, the braids all the way down the back.
I'm just saying, boy, you get me. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's the daughter's money, and if you're a good mum or a decent mum, you don't even have to say anything to your daughter. Your daughter's automatically going to give you some money. There you go. Do you know what I mean? And more
time you put that down, use it, and then save it back for them if you're that sort of parent, because that's how you think. That's how you think.
But sorry to tell you, my honest opinion.
Yes, go on.
Majority of them don't think like that. You understand? this is why they're always complaining about, you understand, oh, we don't get enough money and I need to go work and leave my kid more or less to their own devices because the money don't stretch enough. What are you genuinely using these type of money for? What are you using these type of money for? How are you getting maybe paid something like 15, I don't know, 1,600, some people $2,000 a month?
For what?
Like, most people, as I'm saying, most...
Oh, with their children, with little kids, you're talking about.
Like, you leave their kid to their own devices to go work. You understand? For more money. And then your kids more or less grow up, you understand, dysfunctional. You understand, at a disadvantage, you know, not really getting on well at school. You understand? And obviously when they come home from school, you don't really spend much time with them. You understand? You know, it's probably put them in front of a computer screen and found out the other day they did a research. And they found kids playing like PlayStation and stuff like that online is literally just as bad as them drinking alcohol.
To be honest, I could
understand
see
where I'm coming from, right?
To the brain.
Yeah. So all this is messing us up. You understand? So when I see stuff like this, it just like makes me think like are these parents really doing enough? Understand? Because it seems like we're doomed to repeat literally the same cycle again. But the kids are going to be more of a degenerate.
Yeah.
People say they're going to be smarter because of social media and the technology. No, they aren't having.
Because the only people that created it don't even let their children have it. Yeah.
You get me? But Reds, cue up the next video. Let's break that one
She
down.
took the whole thing as well, though.
Yeah.
She took the whole thing.
Oh,
With her birth certificate.
yeah, she
The
didn't
whole
even leave
money.
nothing. You get me?
Mad.
Sad.
Obviously, I like it.
Because it affects the relation. It's sad.
They must not
You
have a good
lose one
relationship
parent
between
and
the
then
two.
you lose one parent and then
Man now that's telling her what she needs to hear and giving her what she wants at this moment in time. And this is what we're talking about. This is what a lot of what's been faced in society. And as us men from the outside, cause we're looking at these women and sometimes we get into their homes, like we see a lot of this. And it's crazy. You understand? And as I said, especially, you know, like, you know, the black race, like we're very, very promiscuous within our society.
You gave the stats last week. I was gonna argue what.
It seems like it's just a bag of dumb people just having kids and just repeating a terrible cycle. But Reds, cue up the video, man. Yeah, me, I love my people.
I have been wondering for a long time about
Somebody come and look at
these
this.
children. We have three
Look at
children, whether they're mine or not, they're all so ugly, and they don't look like me. I'm a real handsome dude, and these kids look like they come right off the street.
Okay, Mrs. Willis.
Yes.
I mean, y'all have been together for a long time. What is your take on
We've been together for over 50 years.
Wow, 50 years. And you sitting in front of me today.
And I married a man. I mean, is he anything to look at?
I mean, he must be. You've been with him long enough now.
Well, I
Miss
married him
Willis.
for his personality, not his looks.
Ooh, well, some personality here.
And he says my kids aren't good looking. Well, ugly men make ugly children, honey. These are your kids. I mean, you think just because you traveled so damn much that I was fooling around? Hell, I was home with the kids.
Well, when I came home, you were kind of messed up a couple times.
What does that mean, messed up?
Well, you know. And then once I came home,
I had my period. I mean, come on.
What? Wait a minute.
You think you just walk in the house
Wait, you
nookie?
Okay, you gotta watch what you say in my courtroom now,
I
Mrs.
said I
Willis.
had my period. What's wrong with
I know.
saying that?
I need order. I need order in my court.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, everybody is speaking out of turn. Everything is going every which way now. I need some order in here.
I'm sorry.
Well, one time I came home and I pulled in the front driveway and I saw this car down the street take off because somebody came out the back door.
It was the repairman. I told you the washing machine was broken.
You told me it was the postman.
No, that was the other time.
Mrs. Willis. I mean, so do he have any? Is it any doubt in your mind that these kids, all three of them, not one, not two, but all three of them is not his?
They're his kids. I mean,
all right, Mr. Willis. Now, do you hope these kids are yours?
Yeah, I mean, even though they're ugly, because if they weren't mine, I would have just been pissing my money away all these years taking care of those little brats.
Okay.
that's, I don't get this, because if I was going to fool around while you were gone, don't you think I would have picked some good-looking men that look better than you do?
No.
Okay, all right. Who brought y'all here today? What brought y'all?
Well, he did. He watches this crap on TV. He said, I want to go to one of those courtrooms and prove that these brats aren't mine. I don't think they're brats. I think they're wonderful kids. And I don't think they're ugly.
So
But-
Well, I've seen all these great results, and I want to prove it because if they aren't mine, I've had it.
you had.
What
so
do you mean
doing?
you had it?
prepared.
Wait a minute. We've been together over 50 years, and you're going to walk out the door. Look, you won't even look at me.
I got a nice young lady waiting out there.
Wait. So you prepare. So you telling me after 50 years you gonna walk with this young lady you claim you got waiting in the bushes somewhere, but you talked about her with the milkman and the plumber and everybody else, but you got this young thing waiting on you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We need some.
Sure.
We're gonna have to get down to the bottom
I
of this, and I mean fast at this point.
I got to cover myself.
Cover yourself. Seem like you should have been covering back then and not right now.
You know, if you'd stayed home, you wouldn't have this question in your mind.
I had too much fun not staying home.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I'm not finna keep going back and forth. I'm finna go ahead and get down to these results. All right, guys, I got these results in my hand. Is there any final words that you wanna get out before I read these results?
I don't know why we're here. We've been together all this time. You traveled a lot. You think I was fooling around. I think you were probably fooling around when you were on the road.
That's
I
not
bet
true.
There's some ugly kids out there that belong to you.
I don't want these kids around me if they're not mine.
Honey, you've raised them.
Well, yeah.
Don't you love them?
They're,
I mean, you call them ugly. This is just
they get in my way.
This is just wrong. This is just
well,
wrong.
you know what? I didn't have a time in here with you guys today, and I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all out my hair.
Yeah, tell them they're my kids. I mean, they're your kids.
All right. The results reads as follow. First child, Mr. Willis, you are not the father.
That's what I figured.
No. Oh, that's good.
Mrs.
No,
Willis.
that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Second child,
That's got to be. It's a mistake.
Mr. Willis, you are not the father.
You are reading someone else's file. This can't
So
be true.
I have a mailman and a plumber.
Oh my God! Oh wait! No, hey!
I'm sorry.
Words.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just.
Child 3, Mr. Willis. I pray and I hope,
Please.
but you are not the father. Oh.
$50.
Shall I continue the video?
Nah, it's cool, man. That was, yeah, man.
Woo!
I don't even know what to say about that, because really, like he would tell you, Reds would tell you yesterday when I was watching the video, where it bring a little tear to my eye, bro.
That's sad, man.
It bring a tear to my eye.
This man's been working hard and looking after these kids. None of them are yours.
50 years.
That's really, and that's what I was telling you about the judge, man. Same thing. Old.
You know what's
Can't even go and spit out a new Sprite. You understand? You rob him of a legacy. It's not nice. Women, why?
How much percentage of men out there do you think is, for instance, raising children that are unknowingly their own, that women have said, this is your child?
I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
I ain't got a clue because this is unbelievable. Honest to God, it's unbelievable. And some people are barefaced. Did you hear what the woman said? You're reading somebody else's file. Barefaced lying. Barefaced.
Even when the results are there, she's still denying it. That's
she
mad.
said, and she's one of them people, that's going to go and say to the kids, I don't know what went wrong, something's wrong. Yeah. Because listen, she's soon dementia, she's fling dementia in a month. She don't even remember nothing now. She's one of them delusional. She didn't say sorry, nothing, dry face.
The accountability, man. You get me? And this is what happens, right? Because you know what it is sometimes, I think, right? I think sometimes when women do that, they already go to the guy they knowingly is more or less the baby father. You understand? What do you mean? Like, say for instance, the side dude that they've slept with, or the 2 or 3 side dude that they slept with, they've already probably contacted them and they're like, listen, I don't want nothing to do with you on that thing. You understand? You on that you get me? Go give it to your man. And guess what the next option is? She's going to go give it to the guy because guess what? She's in need of help. She's in need of some financial help. You understand where I'm coming from? She's still in need of some love and some care. You understand? Yeah, bro. We're talking millions of men every year worldwide.
Really sad. Really sad.
Yeah. And then what do you think happens going into the future? Just picture the past, right?
Don't trust them.
Picture the past. Picture the past. Who you think your ancestors are, probably not even your ancestors, bro. Like deep how mad that is. Who you think your ancestors are, probably ain't even your ancestors.
Why? Because they're a jacket.
Because they're a jacket.
Oh my God.
You understand where I'm coming from? And then going forward now, bro, I'm just saying. So, like, do you think, is it like, I'm asking you as a female, hearing what you've heard today and seeing what you've seen, do you think is there any point of, like, especially men that have built their own value, doing well for themselves, right, getting into any type of committed relationship outside of just having kids?
For men to get into committed relationships, yeah, you've got to believe in love still, otherwise we lose everything. But paternity tests might need to be, I don't know, because this is, women don't know who their baby fathers is, they're giving. I really can't identify with this, like, so it's really hard for me. No, it's hard, honestly. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie, boy. They're making it hard.
Should it be mandatory?
A paternity test? Yeah. To be honest with you, I think it's highly unfair that these men they're nearly dead and they've got no chance of being able to have their own blood relative for any reason, because they could have found out years ago if maybe there was some sort of illness or something else. But maybe that has. This is crazy. And some men take it like they're really maternal. I was watching a black man on something that came up a clip, and a young black guy that said he changed his ways for this girl, that she was somebody else's girl. They've sat on his couch, and she, to me, she was like, oh, he'll be all right. At least he can get his life back. And you could see the man was visibly like devastated. And a guy that was in the audience ended up being the dad, who did not want nothing to do with the child, came and sat down, and he was just a link.
Same story I just told you.
It was so shocking, like, and to see the guy who was, because he used to be a player, he changed his ways for this girl he was her side man.
Yeah.
The man found out, then he tried to wife her, and none of the children they'd had together was his, not one. And I'm sitting there praying, just Because you can see she's like, he's a good dad. He's changed his ways. He's been working and looking after us. So I think it was about 2-3 years. But he can go on and have children. And I still felt really broken for him because he won't trust any woman that tell him he's pregnant now. You ain't gonna trust her. So I feel like.
But you were a sideman.
Yes.
To a girl that has a man.
Yes.
And you end up going with her.
Yeah.
What makes you think that she was going to be faithful?
Well, I thought that straight away. Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for him.
You didn't feel? I felt sorry for him with the kids. I did. Even though I thought he was an idiot, I still felt sorry for him. To be honest with you, when it comes to building bonds with children, investing in them, no, it isn't just about you and this tart. Your mum, your family, people that have taken it's.
Just take the L and just claim them to be yours, isn't it?
Sometimes what I see,
and she sounded like she didn't want that.
Sometimes
because he kept saying, "I still want to be in the child's life." The other man did. She did not care. Like she looked like she already had 6 new things. Like, and if you see this girl, I'm looking at the TV like, my God, we are lost. We are done. We are condemned. This is crazy. And these are the representations of women. They're going viral everywhere. Like this is becoming Jerry Springer and all that we say was made, but this is Maury is becoming.
And what do you think has happened? Sorry, all right. Don't take this as no disrespect, but I'm using the word how it's intended to be used. What do you think that's doing to these young Jezebels growing up? It's just gonna get worse, bro. Then the parenting's gonna get worse because nobody knows how to even look after Pickney anymore, and the price of living is going up. People are gonna end up in squalor. Losing their yards, even potentially losing their kids, and their kids are potentially going to grow in care and be using for flipping harvesting or bloodletting or something. You understand? Because I did a video on that, and literally around the world we could say something like close to 2 to 3 million kids go missing every year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And some get their organs harvested, some get their bloodletted, drained out. You understand? Some get used to reproduce more kids so they can do the harvesting and everything all over again. Are you deep in what I'm saying? And a lot of this, where does it come from? Single parent household, right? People making bad decisions, seriously bad decisions about what I like and how I feel and all that type of trash that in the long run it doesn't mean anything to anybody. Even you in the long run is going to look back and thought, you know what, I was an idiot.
But I think we're making mistakes as not just women, as couples, as people, we're making fundamental mistakes.
No. Women are making the mistakes.
Well,
because you need to understand this. You need to understand this, right? Men are always I keep telling women this, and you can't overlook this. Men are gonna keep chasing crutches, and they're gonna bust it down regardless if they're looking after the youth or not.
So that's why I said we're both making fundamental mistakes.
So hold up. Isn't the onus on you to choose who you want to get bust down by? Thank you. So you can't listen to what I'm saying. You can't be blaming the man when you're the ones opening your legs. Because if you open your legs to some idiot,
there's accountability on both sides. When it comes to creating a seed, you might not care for that woman, but that child is both of your responsibilities. Yes, she made bad choices. A lot of these girls have been abused as well.
Sorry to tell you, the choice is your responsibility.
I didn't say it wasn't her responsibility for who she laid with. I'm just saying, in the realms of getting up and leaving a child, maybe the damaged parent stayed and they do further damage this child. Do you understand? But at that same time, if the man is out there and he's aware, you've got a responsibility to that seed as well. Where it don't, 'cause you're saying chasing crutches, like. What I liked about what JJ was saying last week, men say they're the leaders and they're the stronger sex, and then he said, if you're so strong, how comes women can be doing so much to lead you astray or so far? If a man has proper principles and morals, he might not stand by that woman, but standing by his child, yeah, he will. And I know there's women that if you don't want me, you can't see your child, that make it difficult, but if you want to do it, you will. I'm not saying that we shouldn't change a lot of the culture for our women, but unless we have like stuff like arranged marriage, which I feel like would have reduced the amount of single.
Jump the broomstick and
Go.
you know, back in the day how you know how actual courting was.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Right. And again, I'm going to go back to.
That's fine.
Men are gonna constantly chase. It's never gonna stop. It was since the dawn of time. It's not gonna stop going forward. We're just gonna chase vagina, regardless if we want long-term relationship or just sex or whatever type of commitment we're looking for. We're going to be chasing the vagina.
So you're putting no accountability on the man.
Listen to what I'm saying. You need to listen to what I'm saying first, right? You have over 40 something forms of birth control.
Oh, the blood.
Listen to what I'm saying, right?
Go on.
You have all these methods at your disposal. You understand? And the number one form of birth control is you saying no to whatever man is trying to get up inside of you.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with all that.
The all is constantly coming and the all will try.
Yes.
Now, the onus is who you
choose, yes,
let up inside of you.
100%.
Is this guy going to be there if I fall pregnant? You understand? Is this guy going to run away if I fall pregnant?
Yeah.
Do you understand? The onus is on you opening your legs, because he can't abuse you like that because he's going to go jail. Likely scenario. You understand?
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
We're not talking about that extreme situation. We're talking about you choosing who you open your legs to. Who females, not you directly.
I know it ain't me directly, but
who females open their legs to.
I still feel like.
You understand? Right?
Saying
because hold up. If I don't have any say at all, right, in you having an abortion or giving up the child for adoption, what?
Still a lot of responsibility you're placing on just a woman. No. Listen, I'm talking for myself.
But
go on.
Can I just say, with authority comes responsibility.
Right.
Women have the authority to abort a child or give birth to that child. So you have the authority. So you should have the responsibility of if you choose a man that is not going to stay, take the accountability. That's your L.
How do you know that when you meet somebody straight away you'll know if they're not going to stay and be a good dad? If somebody is with you and acting.
One, your womb is the biggest valuable part of you that you can give to a man. You didn't ask for anything in return. Not you. Women.
But in general, go ahead.
These women don't ask for nothing in return. You didn't ask for no commitment. You didn't ask for a ring.
Yes.
Before you lay down with this man.
True.
So it's your L if you're with somebody that doesn't want to commit to you.
So I can get to know you.
Yeah. A lot of the time you're in short relationships and you get pregnant by this guy and then he skips away. Going back to the question, men that actually take the test is 1 in 3 that are not the father.
1 in 3, it's mind blowing. That actually gave me an instant headache. It's crazy.
The ones that do take the test.
And there's people that still don't know.
Exactly. So there's plenty of men out there that just believe their woman blindly and it might not even be theirs.
And a lot of the time they believe their woman based on feelings and not even logical thought. You understand? Because we all live in the same world, and I'm sure as a man you've heard of paternity fraud. And if you have some type of doubt in your head, you got to ask the questions. You understand? You can't just lay blindly because of feelings and think, you know what, it feels good. I'll take care of these kids for 50 years, and then after 50 years I'll be like, they're too ugly to be my kids. What?
Should be mandatory.
Yeah.
Should be mandatory.
Now it's looking like that because some people got no confidence.
Bro, let me show you something. I don't think it's going to be mandatory because that takes so much power out of the women's hands, bro.
It takes out of their hands.
Takes power out of their hands, bro. You understand?
So why wouldn't
be mandatory?
They don't.
Why wouldn't? That's what I'm saying. As
soon
as the child's born,
you can find out.
They've always known.
Can you?
There's a test you can take. It's a bit more high risk, but you can take a test while baby's inside.
Wow.
Yeah, most people, I'm guessing, not going to want to take a high risk test.
No, just wait to the child.
Well, it depends on the situation and circumstances, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
How many children have you got, Silent? Just throwing it out there. How many children do you have?
Boy, you want the truth or you want the lie?
Well, obviously not a lie.
And cool. I got like I got 35 kids.
Okay then, I'm done.
What?
You haven't got 35 children, son. I don't believe you.
That's the message.
I don't believe you.
Oh shoot. No, I got three.
Okay.
I got three. Yeah, man, I got three beautiful kids. You know, they're amazing. Hopefully one of them is watching me now. You know what I mean? The one that always messages me and see if I'm alright. I'm just saying.
Oh Lord.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Okay.
But yeah, people, man, you know we've come to the end of the show. You understand? I'm gonna ask my guests to I don't know if they've probably got any details, social media, or maybe like any business that they got that they probably want you guys to maybe link to, subscribe to, follow. You understand? So yeah, Ty.
Not today, no.
I was gonna say same thing, not today. But yeah, we'll definitely update you, okay? Thanks for watching.
Alright, people, it's silent business. Don't shoot. Yeah, bro.